Hi there, good morning. Welcome to Sunnyside Journals and welcome to 30 Minutes of My Day. I'm Catherine. In case you're new here, welcome. What I usually do is a couple times a week turn on my camera for the first 30 minutes that I sit at my desk here and see what I can get accomplished. Oh, hold on. I have to turn on my timer because I talk a lot. And my phone that I record with really only lets me safely get about 33 minutes recorded before it starts splitting up my videos for whatever reason. I'm not technically savvy. I'm in the 60 and over group, so I'm happy that I can just know how to use my phone basics. Anyhow, so yesterday, Packman's Works went off to its new home. So now I still have to finish, get to work on this little beauty. So I have 3 books on the go right now. Well, I had one went yesterday, but I have Wenzel's Inheritance, which I actually have been looking forward to making for a long time. I've had this book for a long time, and I think the cover is so beautiful. I love everything about it because I love dusty plums. I hope this is coming across as dusty plum. It's a beautiful, rich, dusty plum. It's got a brick red, which is my favorite shade of red. I like a warm red rather than a candy fire engine red. I like a brick red. And then it's got a bit of gold on it. So, and this one, I was looking at it more closely. It has beveled edges. Can you see that? I hope that's coming across. The edges are like a beveled glass mirror or beveled glass window. Amazing. Anyhow, so yeah, this one the insides it's been restored. The insides are done. It's ready to get some new guts. I went off on a tangent on that 133-year-old book with the brown and the embossing and the irises that were up here. Oh my gosh, that was fun. And then of course I've been going nuts over this one because this one, if you recall, oh, hold on, I'm reaching here. If you recall, this is actually the original spine. It was a little book. And now it's a big book. So and I love how this all turned out with the raised bands. That was an adventure. If you look through my video lists, you'll see a few videos on how this came to be. And whether I did it right or wrong, who knows? I did it by the Catherine by guess and by golly method. And it seems to have worked very well. It's nice and sturdy, and yeah, I'm really happy with how this book has turned out. So today I don't have anything very exciting as ever. I'm going to make some. Hold on, let me put this aside. We're going to need these later with the Victorian Reader. What I'd like to do with the Victorian Reader, this is the original text block for it. And as you can see, and I've never encountered this before, it is completely stapled together. It was not sewn with threads. Those are metal staples, and they're falling apart. But I still want to put some pages from this into the journal that I create from it. So I have a lot of the papers ready to go, but I don't have any of these yet. So that's what I'm going to work on today. So I've done 11 signatures so far. I think 11 will do, but I definitely will put more papers in. I definitely still have some room, not too much, because I want to make sure I have enough room to put in some journaling cards and tags, and I definitely want lace on the edges of this. I don't know whether I want a ton of lace, but a Victorian book needs to have some lace. I think I have picked out this lace to go down the edge. It's very pretty, very delicate and very pretty. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with. Now I'm going to try something different this time. Hold on, I'm reaching for more things over here. I apologize for the shadows. Look at that, I can do the quack, quack, quack. It's overcast here today. It's a rainy, miserable day. It's been raining all week where I live. Tomorrow is supposed to be nice, actually. Tomorrow is actually supposed to be t-shirt, shorts weather. We've got the furnace going right now, and tomorrow is supposed to go up to 23 Celsius. Okay, here, hold on. Let me show you what I have planned. Let's get these out of the way. Just as a refresher, we really haven't looked at this book in a week. So my plan is... no, there we go. The end papers are from the book of wrapping paper that I have that is Victorian reprints from the Victoria and Albert Museum. So, and I just think they look very rich and glorious. And I love that these sort of mustard colored flowers. Look at that shadow. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to go try and turn off my overhead light and see if I have enough light to so that we can work. Now we'll get shadows and shine from the window. No, that's a bit better. That works. Okay, let's do it. Now I forget what I was saying. Oh my goodness, don't ask me to walk and chew gum at the same time. Anyhow, I just think that those match really nicely. Now, what I thought I might do is, normally in a junk journal, you have your end pages. You end up with a little fabric in this gully because you have to sew your new text block to fabric so that it can fit in. And then you have sort of a little gutter there where you can see the fabric. There's your front page, there's your end paper. I'm thinking I want to put this in. These are the end papers from a little book I have. Well, it's thin. When I say little, it's thin, but obviously dimension-wise, it's big. These are the end papers from a Betsy Clark book that I have, and I just love them. I don't know if you can see tiny little flowers. It just looks like a tiny little wallpaper pattern. And I was thinking maybe of doing a faux full end paper. Normally in a book, the end paper actually goes from being glued to this side to literally becoming the first turnable page. So here's what I was thinking, and don't hold me to it. I was thinking of creating a foldable page from this Betsy Clark end paper when I put it all together. So that's a little ways down the road. That's a couple days away. But that's what I'm thinking. In the meantime, I have to choose. Let me get these out of the way. Get you out of the way. I have to choose just a few, not too many. It's not a terribly exciting book. I think it was meant for older students. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh boy, what a day. Pardon me, I'm sorry. I didn't even have enough time to hit pause, so you didn't have to listen to me. Okay, so yeah, I think this is certainly from older students. And it's simply poems. It's chapters. Like there's a chapter from The Merchant of Venice here. There's also a chapter from The Raven there, I can see. Maybe it's the whole Raven. The Raven's not very long. The Tempest. There's part of The Tempest is in here. So it's sort of just a little sampler of Brutus and Antony. So I thought maybe I would just take a little sampler out of it and put them back in there. I don't think, wow, like that's somebody's Victorian lunch right there. I know some people might go, that's disgusting. My husband, that would gross him out. For me, it's like, wow, that's ancient history. Somebody was eating lunch while they were reading this book. And it's over 100 years old, so yikes. Anyhow, I want to put a few in, but I don't want to put one in every single signature. It would make it too bulky. If these were pretty illustrations, I'd be just packing it with the illustrations, but they're not. So I think I want this one, the dragonfly. I love dragonflies. So now, because this was stapled together, I'm wondering what I'm going to be dealing with as far as trying to get it out. And I may have to be doing my, there's a staple right there. Can you see that? Wow. I wonder if I can just sort of tug this out of there. Let's see. Oh, not so bad. All right. That's the page I want. Okay, and there's the other side of the dragonfly. So let's tug this one out. Come on. Come on. Ah. Oh. Well, that's okay. That gives me the other side of the dragonfly. All right, and you, well, so much for you, English scenery. I was thinking English scenery might be nice to have in there, but, oh, well, forget it. Let's move on. Hail to the chief. Oh. Do, 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 do. Let's just find something else that looks interesting. The Winter Lakes. I think I will hang on to this one. Sometimes I will hang on to the text block so that I can use it in making ephemera and things. It makes nice background. This one's lovely and yellowed. So I think this one I'll hang on to anyways, even though it's got the dreadful staples in the spine. The Crusades, the Vision of Mirza, the Demon of the Deep. Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Oh, that's a pretty story. Okay, let's save you, Beethoven. Come on out. Don't worry about that. I will definitely be using the good old washi tape, glue them together method here. Well, at least we know that books that were bound this way, they may have held on for a long time. They obviously don't suit themselves well for rebinding. The Skylark. To a Skylark. William Wordsworth. Oh. All right, you know what? I'm not going to I'm not going to try any more to yank those out. Let's just go in and get them. We will excise them. One, two. All right, so that gives us 3 spreads that we can put back into the book. It's kind of nice to give the book a little bit of itself back. I will, let's take a look at the cover. Oh, the cover's lovely. Okay, I will be making something out of the cover. Yeah, so they have the copyright. Oh, I'm gonna have to find a way to. I hate that when the front cover is nice, but the copyright's on the exact back. It forces me to have to be creative so that I can use both sides. And I don't like to copy, you know me. Some people might say, well, scan it, then you can use the other. No, no, no. I will find a way. I will find a way. I have been known to glue these to tissue paper so that you can still read through the other side. We'll see. We'll see what I do. I'm going to decide on how fragile this paper is, whether it can tolerate just becoming a page again. All right, I'm going to put that aside. So it gets right into it. All right, let's get these aside. I'm going to need one of these. These are really helpful. Your cutting board, because of the graph lines, when you're gluing papers together. Now I want, wonder where my template went. I never make my spreads. I'm going to take one of these out. I'll use this one for now. I never make my new signature spreads the same width as the original was, because I can never rebind them as tightly as the original bookmaker did. So what I do in order to adjust for the length here, because sometimes if you do it at the exact same size as the original papers, you'll get your text block all sewn in and your papers will be sticking out over the edge here because you can't get them as tight into your spine. So what I think I will do here, I'll show you. Here's the new size that my signature papers are going to be. But here's one of the original papers. See how I take probably 1/8 of an inch off. Let's see how much I remove. It's not a quarter. Yeah, it's about 1/8 of an inch. Maybe 3/16 of an inch I remove from the width. The length can stay the same because that isn't affected when you're sewing it into the spine. But the width, I find I need to take a little bit off, and then it's perfect, especially if you're planning on sewing laces into it, then you need to shorten those pages. Alrighty. Now let's see. I don't look for perfection when I'm bookbinding. I like the character of a hand-bound book. So like, see how this has been, even though it's very old, it's been professionally bound. So see how those are all, if there wasn't an arch here, these would all marry up and be perfect. And it's usually because they have like a guillotine cutter that once they have the text block all together, they can just do a beautiful slice down and all their pages are the same. And certainly those of us who make books, especially the ones who completely make their own books, can do that. I'm not interested. I do like, I don't mind a little variety, a little tiny variety in how wide the book is, or how wide the pages are, pardon me. All right, so I might as well do both of these at once. And that way I will know they're ready. So I just want to see how much I'm taking off. That's why I don't have to be too fussy about how much I take off here. There we go. So I think what I will do is I will set these up and do them one by one. That way, if I run out of time, you will at least have seen me do one. So I've picked some lines to be my guide. And then they'll want to move on you. So I get out my trusty rocks. You know, I use my rocks for all kinds of things. I had some tags underneath a rock all night. I tea-dyed them, just little tags, last night. Hold on, where are you, little tags? I think Nancy sent me these. So I tea-dyed them, and then I extra stained them. So this is a double process. I tea-dyed them first, let them dry, and then I wanted some extra grunge. So that's when you use your spoon and splash it on. Anyhow, these were under a rock all night, and now look, lovely, and there's flat, almost as flat as pre-tea staining. So what I do is marry it up, get them under a rock so that they, trust me, if you've tried to washi tape 2 book pages together, those papers, they'll wait, they'll go, haha, we've got her. And then next thing you know, right when you're going to lay down your washi tape, they'll go, whoosh. And then if you're in my room, there will be foul language. Now, which one do I want to use? I want an old-fashioned looking one. Something pretty and old. Yeah, let's do this one. All right. I have not had much luck using just glue stick. My brain is really I'm having temporary aphasia, I think, finding words. So I find that for at the tops, I use a bit of art glitter glue, and then I will use glue stick, but I don't, it's just the glue stick, for whatever reason, I don't have the success other people seem to have with their glue stick. And I've tried all the different ones. Let's see how much I need here. I've tried Elmer's. This is Elmer's Extreme. I've tried Yoo-Hoo or Oohoo, whichever your preferred pronunciation is. The only one I haven't tried, Nancy's favorite, is the Target Purple glue stick. And now her opinion, well, everyone's opinion I trust, but she's really fussy. I mean that in a nice way, Nancy. I'm a fussy person too, so I appreciate fussy workers. But I just don't seem to have the success. So I'm just sort of looking for that line that's down, and that I get it down the center. I don't look for this to be rocket science. There we go. So yeah, I don't have the good luck. Now let's get this away. That way we can at least get one done. Now I don't washi tape both sides. Some people do, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I do one side. It's sufficient. That washi tape will hold with a needle and thread poked through it when you sew, and there's less bulk right in the fold of your signature. So then I just take that off, and I just find that little bit, because that little bit of art glitter glue is just enough. Hold on. It was sticking to me. It's just enough to prevent the ends from starting to curl on themselves. Curl away from the paper. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. So, and then that'll look nice. How are we for time? Well, we still got 5 minutes. Let's do another one. Okay. Washi is one of the few things that that I buy new. I seldom find it at my thrift stores, and it is a really useful tool when you're making junk journals. Besides being pretty, it really is a very useful tool. Although it's pretty with this, I would say it's more of a tool because it's helping your papers join together. So it's helpful. Now, let's see. So again, I'm just going to I'm going to eyeball, about 3/16 and then take that off the edge there. And then we'll do it again. Oh, come on. Stumped what to make for dinner tonight. All right, this is Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. That's a pretty story. So I want it that way and that way. So again, I'm just going to marry it up to one of the lines on this cutting pad. Even either. I puttered around some of my thrift stores yesterday. I won't go into details because I don't want to get myself misty-eyed, but yesterday was a bit of a hard day, so it's nice to keep busy when you're having a hard day. So I puttered around some stores, and I actually found a few good things. I may try and do a thrift haul later. So I just sort of eyeball. I don't like to waste my washi. Yeah, I went to the next town over and just wandered through. The only thing that they didn't have that I've been hunting for, I smashed my glass liquid measuring cup, the 1 cup measure. I have a 2 cup, I have a 4 cup, but my 1 cup, which I like because it's more accurate if you need like 1/3 of a cup of fluid, smashed it to bits. Well, it's when you're looking specifically for an item, do you think you can find it? I've seen 1 cup measuring cups at my thrift stores constantly, all the time. And I never get one because I think, oh, I've got one. I don't want to, we don't have a huge kitchen. And of course, then I went and smashed it to bits. And now I don't have a 1 cup glass measuring cup. And do you think I can find one? I was at all kinds of stores. I could find 2 cup ones, and I saw a couple of 4 cup ones. But no 1 cup. I'm determined. I'm holding off. I will find one. So thank you to everyone who sent so many kind and supportive comments. Animal lovers just always find each other, don't they? It's anyhow, it means a lot, and I loved hearing stories about your beloved pets that have gone over the Rainbow Bridge. And for those of you who don't know what I was referring to when I say Rainbow Bridge, Google it. There's a poem called The Rainbow Bridge, and I'm not going to go into it because I'll get myself going, but Google the Rainbow Bridge. It's a very nice term. My husband actually has gotten into the habit of using it with humans too. That's sometimes it's time for a human to go over that Rainbow Bridge. Why is it easier with humans than it is when we lose our animals? I don't know. I can't explain it. Maybe because as humans we're so flawed in our love. We put conditions on our love sometimes, and those little critters, they don't. They just love with wild abandon, and we are the recipients of it. All right, so this is going to be my last one. I'll figure out which signatures will get the oh, I didn't do the dragonfly. Hold on, what am I? Oh, did I get myself 4 ready? Huh. Oh, yes, I hear you. Where am I at? Oh, yeah, I'm at 31 minutes. Oh, boy. Okay, hold on. Dismiss. Well, then I am going to finish off these 2 and start sorting out those pages for the Victorian Reader. Just so you know, my plan for the Victorian Reader is just to make it pretty. As ever lately, I'm leaning towards not bulking up my journals. I really enjoy making them simple, making them mostly gearing them towards writers, journal writers, but blank pages could also be for anyone who wants to put their own artistic flair into a journal. So I seem to be leaning towards that lately and enjoying it very much. So that's my plan. I plan to put in a few little Victorian type fussy cuts and flowers, but for the most part, just leave it as a writer's journal. All right, I'm going to get going before I get cut off. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. And again, thank you to everyone for your very, very heartfelt, kind notes. It really did. It lifted my spirits. You like to know that you're not alone when you're soothing a broken heart. So take care, everyone. Have a great day. After those sad words, have a great day. But honestly, have a good day. I'm going to. That's my plan. Bye.